Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the April 29th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment and look this over. The question is, how can I balance practicing awareness of my shortcomings with discerning when another's behavior is harmful to me? This passage begins with a person talking about being in an emotional and verbally abusive relationship where they thought they were handling everything, but the truth is they were building up a lot of righteousness and frustration, and they actually almost ended up hurting the person that was abusing them, like physically. So luckily they found Al-Anon, and their feelings of victimization decreased, and they found that they had issues of their own to deal with. So they paid attention to their own issues of superiority and rage. Now they say that they have enough self-esteem and serenity to not be in abusive situations. If they find themselves in an abusive situation, they remove themselves. Today's reminder, focusing on ourselves, means we recognize unacceptable behavior from others as well as ourselves. We take responsibility for our actions without taking the blame for other people's actions. And the quote is from Discovering Choices, Recovery and Relationships. Part of loving ourselves means that we don't accept abuse. So how can I balance practicing awareness of my shortcomings with discerning when another's behavior is harmful to me? I think it can be complicated if I keep it in my mind. If I feel, I'm trying to think of when I felt like someone's behavior is harmful to me. So I think I'm very fortunate where I have not been in a situation where someone I feel has like specifically targeted me with harmful behavior. That's amazing, isn't it? Just realizing that, wow, how fortunate. But other people's behavior has bothered me for sure. And I've talked about that many, many times. It mostly happens at the place where I volunteer. And so I'm going to think about that and think about balancing practicing awareness of my shortcomings. So I think for me, it comes down to a lack of control. Like I can't control what other people think. I can't control when people talk or the volume of their voice, when they're saying things that I don't want them to be saying. in a in a public setting in the thrift shop. So I always think of the slogan "Easy does it" because it's really not that big a deal. Like in the situation that I'm talking about, there are much more serious situations that don't apply to me at this moment. So I'm just talking about the one that does apply to me at this moment. And this isn't the whole reason why, but a, this is one of the reasons why that I have been spending less time volunteering. So there are 2 specific days that I volunteer, and they're usually 3-hour shifts. And what I've been doing the last several weeks now is I've only been working volunteering part of that time. So I go in for an hour, I go in for an hour and a half, I go in for 2 hours, and then I go. And if I have any reason not to go, I I call the person who's kind of in charge. Like nobody's really in charge. We're all volunteers, but one of the people who kind of takes an authoritative position there, I text her and I just say, I'm not going to come in today. I'll see you Wednesday or whatever. Um, so that's that's how I'm keeping things light and easy and fun because the whole reason why I'm there is for fun. So, and my I helped to figure that out, but also my partner is very supportive. And when he hears me repeatedly talking about things that bother me there, he's like, "Why are you doing this to yourself? You're a volunteer. Like, you don't even have to be there." So, like, because I mean, like I've said so many times, like I really care about the people there. I think that the work that they do is really good, and it feels good to me to help and participate in that. But I'm just finding a balance between um, a balance where I feel good about participating, but I don't feel like I'm depleting myself, if that makes sense. That's my thoughts on that today. Moving right along. The sun just came up. It was a really gray morning, and the sun just came out. And after I finish this video, I'm going outside. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to take a minute to look this over. I think this is about being gentle with ourselves and how Al-Anon is a gentle program. The passage begins with uh, reacting with guilt and thinking poorly of ourselves. I'm going to change it to this person's point of view. So this person was noticing that they were feeling guilt and thinking very badly of themselves. So they say that being an Al-Anon has helped them to see themselves a lot more realistically. They realize that they've made lots of mistakes, but that they're not evil. And working their program has led them to believe that they can make very positive contributions to their life. And they can look at their mistakes without over exaggerating them. This person says they'll stop repeating their errors and making amends for the harm that they've done. Today's reminder, we don't have to chain ourselves to the past or inflating our errors. We can heal old wounds so that we can move forward in a joyous life. And the quote is from John C. Lilly. And it basically says we don't have to suffer in order to grow. I like that. It's all about, to me, it's all about easy does it. We're in such a beautiful, gentle program that's so full of compassion and understanding and humility. And I'm so thrilled to be part of it. I went to an excellent meeting today. It was about basically steps 1 through 4. It's about having a base in 1 through 3 before we go to step 4. And just I shared, but everybody's shares were just so beautiful. It just shows so much wisdom, and people express their vulnerability as I did, and it just turns into such a feeling of connection and grace and beauty. I don't know. It's very meaningful and important to me, and I really appreciate it so much. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I think that was 3. I don't know. I lost count. I don't know where I was. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.